It's 1984, and if you're perusing the comic book racks, or what they call the turn racks, in the middle of the decade, this showed up, and my God, it was Christmas, Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day, Canada Day, all in the same day. So today we're talking about probably the ultimate Marvel Universe book, the official handbook of the Marvel Universe. Now, it wasn't really a handbook, but select characters and issues on the major and minor characters of the Marvel Universe. There's been many, many versions over the years, but the first one came out in 1982, followed by sporadic updates over the last 41 years. Now, Jim Shooter, Marvel's then editor-in-chief, conceived of the idea, envisioning a guide detailing statistics much in the manner of those found upon the backs of baseball cards. The initial project was to be called the Marvel Super Specifications Handbook. The eventual title incorporated the term Marvel Universe was appropriated by Al Milgrom, who had used it as a working title for the anthology series Marvel Fanfare. Shooter appointed Mark Grenwald editor of the project, and he developed the project to include all aspects of the Marvel Universe, although he noted it was not comprehensive. In addition to Grenwald, contributing writers were on the initial volume were Marvel editors Mike Carlin, Elliot R. Brown, and Peter Sanderson. Josef Rubinstein was brought in by Grunwald to be the sole inker of the entire 20-year project because he felt Rubinstein was best able to make the characters easily recognizable and to subvert his own style to that of the handbook's various pencilers. Now, critics of the handbook have argued that the level of detail within the guide effectively limited the ability of writers to innovate, a charge Grunwald dismissed, repeatedly stating that the information presented was only the most recent data and was subject to change. Sanderson, one of the writers of the original guide, noted that Mark sought to make the Marvel characters' superpowers as firm a base as real science as possible. After the first version of the handbook, Mark decided that some of the explanations had grown too complicated and asked me to simplify them. Now, the Marvel Universe series detailed the most significant characters, items, and locations of the Marvel Universe, itemizing them in individual entries. Individual entries usually consisted of a frontal full-body view of the character, prose text describing the character's origin, powers, and other abilities and traits. Now, an example images of the character in action taken directly from the comics themselves. Now, they had a Book of the Dead supplement and a deluxe edition. Now, in the original, characters were listed at one character to a page, although minor characters were sometimes listed as two to a page, and major characters would occasionally receive more than one page. In a deluxe edition, however, every character received at least one page, with significant characters receiving up to 3 to 5 pages. Both editions had wraparound covers that could be linked together to form a giant poster. In the late 1980s, a poster made up to the first 12 issues of the original handbook was released. For the poster, several characters were added, others received up-to-date looks. Now, there was a master edition, came out in 93. The deluxe edition came out in 85. And there was various supplements, including Books of the Dead, various updates throughout the 2000s. Now, the official handbook of the Marvel Universe A to Z premier hardcover set continued publication. A sister project of the handbook, the official index, the Marvel Universe monthly series, began publishing in January of that year. Other forthcoming titles, including Dark Reign Files and Wolverine Weapon X Files. So, before Wikipedia, after Encyclopedia Britannica, it'd be very interesting because it would show the origin, the first appearance, where you recognize the character as much. Now, the first 15, again, A, B to C, C to D, D to G, H to J, K to M, N to P, Q to S, S to U, V to Z, Book of the Dead in Inactive, Book of the Dead in Active 2, and Book of Weapons, Hardware, and Paraphernalia. Now, when I say Book of the Dead, they may have appeared in the original edition but had died or were going to come back later on. So if you can find it, I don't know if this would be in cutout bins or not because I think they're quite valuable. I've seen different varying values. Maybe our friends at Strange Adventures in St. John, Frankton, and other locations can pass it on. So that's the story of the official book of the Handbook of the Marvel Universe. If you like what we're doing here, we're a comic book podcast. Let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. Bye.